Hi, my dearest one. Wow, look at that light. Woohoo! It's like glowy. Whoa. I'm obsessed with light. Like, literally, if I see a gorgeous light, I can just like look at it all day and just be like, whoa. Oh my God. Light. All right, if this video found you, come hang out. I'm wearing my special sweatshirt, and I have a feeling if this video found you, you've been waiting for the message that I'm about to share with you. Not only the notes that I've taken this morning with coffee, I was like channeling. We're gonna talk about graceful consistency and the power of belief and how it can create relief. But before we go there, you ready for the message? I feel like this is the moment you've been waiting for. You ready? Are you ready? Yep, that's what you needed to hear today. Expect a miracle, my dearest one. It's already here. It's yours. So if you needed to hear that, you're in the right space. Wow, the light right now, I just can't. It's like, it's so angelic. It's literally like this angel is the light, right? So, we're gonna get super angelic and grounded up in this beach. Okay. Wow. I'm like getting over it's not even a cough or a cold, but I feel a lot of just like self-expression upgrades. Let me know if you feel that too. I'm drinking some tea. I got dandelion tea with a cinnamon stick and some ginger. I went all in. I'm just like, I'm gonna make a concoction because we need something to just make me feel better. Better, 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 better. Better, 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 better. I'm wearing the dopest sweater. Yeah. I love how these intros sometimes are just like a little bit awkward because it's like that to funnel the right people for this message. Some of you are going to be like, what the heck, and just click off, and that's okay. And some of you are going to be like, oh my God, I see my soul sis. This is my soul sis. Hi, Mystic Maya here. If you're new here, I love to create an intimate space where we can have open dialogue, get inspired, connect to all things mystical, but ground it down, of course. And in an essence, we speak alchemy around here. And that is how to turn poison into medicine, how to turn your pain into your greatest power. So welcome. All right. So today we're going to talk about graceful consistency. And this topic came up because, if you've been here for a while, you know that in the month of April, even though this message is timeless, I made a vow to be with you here for 30 straight days. And I made it till 13, and then yesterday, I was honestly so depleted. I was so tired. Like, I tried to record and my phone died, and it just was one of those days where I was like, yeah, this is not gonna happen. And I needed to just be okay with the fact, today we're not recording a video. Yes, you had this goal, this vow, this determination, but you're also human. And I feel like we can get just hard on ourselves, in the mind, about letting ourselves down. But at the same note, it's graceful consistency. So I was able to not be super hard on myself, which is a big victory in itself. We've been doing a lot of work on that just to let things be fluid and be honest and be authentic, because it's if you're operating on just burnout and not authentic overflow, then you're gonna feel that. And I don't want you to feel that. I want these to be freaking strong, inspiring, infinite. So I decided to just accept where I'm at. And I said, okay, I'll be there tomorrow. I'm going to take this time. I'm going to self-care. I'm going to allow myself to have a day where I'm real with how I feel, okay? And then this morning when I woke up for coffee, I got this freaking download, right? And what came through, got so many notes. This is my journal, by the way, for channeling messages for you. But today we're going to talk about graceful consistency. And what came through is that it means it's devotion without force. Because I know if you're here, you have a big mission. You are a creative. You are a multi-passionate soul. Like, you ain't cookie cutter. You're the cookie and so much more. And when we have big dreams, right? When our soul comes to planet Earth and we just know, there's a knowing within us that we know we're meant to leave a legacy. And I don't need to over-explain that, because if you know, you know. And I'm here to be a safe reflector. I'm also a reflector in human design. 1%, baby. If you know that too. I'm a reflector, which means literally it is my mission to reflect your infinite truth. So we're going to remember, right? This is a sacred space for your soul to remember those incredible dreams that you were born with. And yes, life got lifing, and the pessimistic disease, let's call it a disease, because it really is a freaking disease. It's a disease. And some diseases you can heal from. Most of them you can, right? With the right medicine, you can heal from anything. So pessimistic ain't really realistic. Pessimistic. Anyways, so that pessimistic energy / disease is really dis-ease in the mind. It is a distortion making you believe that you can't make the impossible possible. Those are lies. And it sucks. There's a lot of people who really got that disease. And it's freaking contagious. And this is why we have to have discernment. But you know what else is contagious? Light, inspiration, infinite possibilities. Shout outs to Albert Einstein. Man, he's my favorite freaking just visionary energy who's done a lot in the quantum science world. I say quantum science world, but like in the science world, but for quantum physics. And, he talks about this theory of how uncertainty is the norm of life. It's humans that attach to certainty. And I freaking love that. When I read that at first, I was like, Like, it kind of caught me by surprise, but then I'm like, yeah, actually, that's true. Like, change is the most constant thing, right? Think about the seasons. Everything is changing. We evolve all the time. We're not always going to be the same person. Same soul, but we're evolving. New day, new lessons, new blessings, new upgrades, But you know what doesn't change? Our soul essence, that dream that was imprinted in us. That dream will always be there. That mission will always be there. Uncertainty, what if we just made that the new norm? Because I think as humans, we made change so difficult. There's so much resistance around change when really that is the blessing. To be fluid like water. Water is life, and water moves, baby. It moves up, it moves down, it moves all around. It seeps down, low. Being fluid is a part of life. And that's why graceful consistency, it's the paradox, right? Because you got to be fluid and structured. But that's also something about life. There's light, there's dark, there's the gray area. Right, wrong, unknown. There's always like that third little element, right? So graceful consistency is devotion without force. It's showing up gently again and again until momentum becomes natural. It's steady movement, there's that paradox, right? Guided by trust, not pressure. Missing a day doesn't break the rhythm. It simply becomes one quiet space between many acts of devotion. What matters is that you return. What matters is the next step you take. Over time, one empty box disappears, surrounded by all the boxes of steady presence, right? So I like see in my mind just like this sheet, right? And it has just like so many little circles. And every day when you show up for your vow that you planted, oh, that sounds funny. When you show up for the vow that you planted, yeah. But you like do a little checkbox, or you just color the circle, right? And you show up, and it's all filled. But then, one box is not filled, but all the other ones are. And maybe you miss a few along the way still, but after, that sheet is complete, you ain't gonna be looking at those little empty boxes. You're gonna be looking at all the boxes you did fill. And if you are looking at just the boxes you didn't fill, that's a conversation in itself that we gotta have later, because boy, we gotta talk about how you see the glass full or empty, because that's something else. But no, we gotta celebrate all the boxes that are full. It's all about our perception. Okay? Consistency is not about perfection. It's the willingness to begin again. Don't let your mind turn one miss into a story of failure. Can I get a hallelujah, baby? Woo! That is so good. Don't let your mind turn one miss into a story of failure. Now, how does that sit with you? Let me know down below in the comments. How does graceful consistency hold you right now? Does it give you strength to keep going? What does it bring up for you? Be honest. Maybe it's hitting a little trigger point, which is also a topic. It's also a topic I want to talk about, triggers. I'm going to be creating a video about that, because even that word, trigger, I'm like, trigger. But you know what? Triggers are beautiful. We all got shadows. We got to learn how to work with the shadows. And a trigger point doesn't necessarily say, you're bad. You know what I mean? Like, some of us take things way too personally. Like, been there. I can speak from presence, from someone who has taken things personally for maybe, how old am I? 33. Probably until I was 31, I took everything personally. So, I get it. In the last few years, I've been really doing the soul work and the shadow work on a very deep level, to the point where now I know if someone is triggered, it's just an activation of truth. It means there's something there that needs to be loved, seen, heard. And what an honor it is to be a reflector of that. Because if you are open to seeing the trigger, the shadow, as a blessing versus a burden, you will alchemize it into a spiritual awakening, into more wisdom, growth, right? Infinity is life. We're always going through the ebbs and flow of just change, right? Like nothing is ever really complete. Once you climb the mountain and you get to the top, you ain't gonna stay at the top. You're probably gonna walk down, or you're gonna keep walking and there's gonna be another top and another top. Like we're always evolving. The end is never really the end. You know what I mean? But anyways, now let's transition into belief equals relief. When I wrote that down, I was like, whew, sheesh. I love a good rhyme, right? Like I just love a good rhyme because I'm a poet and a rapper. By the way, I have a new Instagram. I have a new Instagram page. It's called One Rap a Day, and it's spelled like the word one rap a day. Check it out if you want. I'm trying something new. I literally just started this bad boy, and I'm determined because like I truly believe like what we really believe about ourselves. I truly believe what we believe about ourselves and what we speak into the world creates our reality. And I'm not the only one who's talking about this, man. Like shit, there's facts on facts on facts about this, right? There's so many visionaries and thought leaders talking about how even religion, shit, like Buddhist culture, Buddhist philosophy, and please don't attack me in the comments if I said something like, quote unquote, not right, because like, again, what is right, what is wrong? Like this is an authentic message in the moment. Like my intention is never to make you feel less than. If anything, I want to bring you up to the frequency of unconditional love. So if I say something that triggers or like brings something in you, like, yeah, we can talk about it, but don't shoot the messenger. I'm here to only give you love, okay? Truly, like I want you to know that from the bottom and the depths of my heart, that this is my vow, to bring safety, truth, inspiration, and love. And if there's anything in between that, it's not intentional, and that just means let's have an open dialogue about it. Like, I'm not here to dismiss your feelings. I'm here to tell you, feel the feelings. Like, I'll validate them because, damn, I feel the pain. I feel your pain. Like, life is fucking painful. It is painful. But what are we going to do about that pain? Right? What are we going to do about that pain? And that starts with our belief. Our belief equals our relief, right? So belief equals relief when your thoughts, your words, and your actions align with your dreams. Your body relaxes, your nervous system regulates, and from that grounded state, proof begins to form. So if you're believing that you're not worthy, what do you think you're going to attract in your reality? Unworthiness in experiences. And we've all been there. It's a part of the ascension journey. Most of us have to understand what it feels like to really not be loved, to be loved, to not be celebrated, to be celebrated, to be out of alignment, to be in alignment. Because if you can't have the awareness of contrast, how are you going to know that something good is good, you know? How are you going to know that something good is good if you don't know the bad, you know? And I personally, on a personal note, I don't really like looking at life. Oh, that's right. That's wrong. That's good. That's bad. For me, that's like duality, and it's heavy. What I love to do is talk about, is it valuable or invaluable? Is it in alignment or out of alignment? For me, that feels more harmonious. So I invite you to ponder on that, because it's like duality is life, but when we put way too much energy of the weight of duality, that's when shit gets distorted. That's when shit gets like way too judgy. I don't like the judginess, okay? Like, nah, we're infinite beings of multi-dimensional talents. Okay, so belief is like belief I can't read my own cursive. Belief is like tuning an instrument. If one string is tight and another is loose, the sound feels off. Your thoughts, words, and actions are strings. When they're tuned to the same note, the body relaxes, and the music finally flows without force. So another way to look at it is thoughts supports your dreams, right? So if you're not thinking that you can do it, how is that supporting your dream, right? And I think I wrote down some examples, and like, I'm not here to shame anything about like your limiting beliefs. Like, man, I'm still working on it, and like I have so much awareness of the subconscious reprogramming, and like this is just a part of evolution, right? We are always going to learn. Like, that is the theme of today's message. But also I'm learning something very valuable, that sometimes, right? Because I don't like spirituality that bypasses the truth, right? Like, it's hard work to do the soul work, to do the shadow work. You know what I'm saying? It's a full fucking job. Okay? And sometimes you've been through so much pain and you just know pessimism on automatic. It's because it's what you know. That was like your family's upbringing, right? Pessimism. So to go straight to optimism might be a little bit of a shock, wouldn't you say, right? So I'm not here to bypass nothing. Let's get nitty gritty and real. So what I'm learning right now is, noticing the limiting belief with grace, and aim for the next best thought. So you don't have to shoot so high. It can be realistic to where you're at, but still honoring where you want to go. You feel me? It was 2, 2, 2, 2 as I said that. So for example, if you're really feeling unready for your dream, you know that you're meant to create this like incredible thing, right? But there's still some fear. There's still some, cleaning out the old BS still. And you really feel, I'm not ready. What would be the next best thought? The next best thought could be, I'm learning as I go. And the next best thought after that, I'm becoming ready every single day. If you are thinking, if your limiting belief is, I don't deserve this, the next best thought could be, I'm open to the idea I might be deserving of this. And the expanded version of that would be, I'm worthy of good things. So you see how there's, again, it comes in threes, baby. It's always in threes. The sun, the moon, the stars. Black, white, and gray. Mother, father, child. Okay, there's probably more. But yeah. So you see how that goes? So it's like taking the limiting belief, figuring out the next best thing that feels good in your nervous system, right? And then aim high, like expand to that like infiniteness. And just work your way up the frequency ladder to infinite possibilities, essentially, right? So let's do 2 more examples. So let's say you really feel like, oh, this is impossible. Train your mind to believe that it is possible by aiming for the next best thought, which would be, this might be possible in small steps. And then expand on from that. I can create step by step. And that's coming back to the graceful consistency, right? It's showing up to your dreams every single day, step by step, brick by brick. You don't build a castle overnight, my love. And I'm telling myself that every single day. We got to show up every day, even if it's at 30%, 80%, 100%, 20% one day, maybe even 5% one day, right? Okay, last but not least, we have this limiting belief, which I feel like, this is like a big one. I resonate with this one, but I always mess things up. The next best thought from that could be, I'm learning to do things differently. And expanding on from that, I'm becoming someone who follows through. Do you see the evolution in your beliefs, in your words? How, you don't have to go from pessimistic to optimistic overnight, but it's finding that gray area of light within you, because you can do the impossible. The question is, do you believe that you can? And how can you work your way up the frequency ladder to believe that you can? Because you can. You have the whole universe literally pulsing in your cells. Okay. So I do want to finish reading one last thing. So basically, thoughts support the dreams, which we just talked about. Words affirm the dream, which we just did an example of. It's like being mindful of what you're telling yourself and making sure that it's in the energy of, I'm not really sure how I'm going to get there yet. I believe that I can do it step by step. You see, it's like just having hope. It's like the hope frequency in your words. Like, are you being hopeful in your words, or are you just spitting freaking doubt? And without judgment, whoa, that came out funny, but without judgment, just notice where you're at, be honest with it, and upgrade. Now, your actions is what moves you towards the dream. I can't tell you how many spiritual beings I meet that think their prayers are just going to fall from the sky. And that's a conversation in itself. That's not how it works. You got to meet your divine team from the sky, God, universe, halfway. If you don't take action, they can't bring you to blessings. Okay? Action is a part of it. All because you pray doesn't mean it's going to fall from the sky. Like this, that's a topic in itself, okay? But we got to be co-creators with the divine. This is a co-experience. The body, when the body relaxes, so again, it's like tuning the mind, the body, the soul. Those, oh my God, here we go. The freaking Trinity. It comes in threes. The mind, the body, the soul, right? The body needs to be relaxed to receive. If we're tense and contracted and worried, what's gonna come if you're like this? What? No, it's just gonna hit you and bounce off. Your body needs to relax. You must be like water, open, fluid, empty. And when your body relaxes, the relief appears. Your proof follows. The miracles find you. Yes. So hopefully this activation brought some inspiration to you. We're going to end with a little rock that has words on it. And let's see what we need to end with, just to ground the message down, but also just send you with more hope. Because having hope is super dope, baby. Okay. You can't make this shit up. Oh my. Ja. Oh my God. Right? Like what? I love when this stuff happens. All right. I love you so much. I'm proud of you. If you are new here and you're like, I don't know about this girl. Do I subscribe? Do I not subscribe? Subscribe, okay? I mean, you got free will. But it would be such an honor to have you here, because the more you engage, the more I can channel messages for you, because this is an energetic community. But I wanted, like, communicate wanted to come out too. But we are a web of multidimensional beings. And it's my honor to have you here. And yeah, if you're not following me on Instagram, come check me out over there, Mystic Maya Armony. You can see how it's spelled because it's literally this handle. But come hang out, say hello, drop in my DMs, be like, yo, I found you on YouTube. I'm super friendly and I would love to meet my tribe. So express yourself. I love it. I love it. I want to meet my soul tribe, my brothers, my sisters, my grandmothers, my grandfathers, all the whole tribe, my aunties, my uncles. Like, we taking applications for everyone around here, okay? All right. I love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. And yes, embrace graceful consistency. And remember that belief is your relief. Over and outro.